Every SaaS business that fails has one thing in common. Their offer wasn't strong enough. They had all the right tools, all the automations, all the tech, but nobody wanted to buy it. And it's not because SaaS doesn't work. It's because they never learned how to build an irresistible offer that actually sells itself. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build your core offer, the foundation that makes your SaaS profitable, scalable, and something your clients will never cancel. Whether you're reselling high level as your own white label platform or just starting to package your own automation suite, your offer determines everything: your price, your positioning, and your long-term recurring revenue. I've built and sold multiple SaaS models through my company Pipeline Patriot and helped thousands of agency owners inside my mentorship programs build recurring revenue systems from scratch, even if they weren't tech people. So if you've ever said, I just don't know how to price this, or I don't know what to include, stay tuned because I am breaking it down step by step. Now, I'm going to quickly go through some slides that I put together for the SaaSpreneur Mastermind that I did for High Level last year. A core offer is the thing you want to sell the most of. So as I mentioned before, you can have different tiers or different options when it comes to what you sell through SaaS. Your core offer would be like that middle ground, that thing that you believe most people are going to be appropriate for and most people will want to buy. You might have a lower tier offer, which could be a downsell. You also could have a front end offer that just brings people in to your core offer. And you're going to have back end offers potentially. You don't have to have back end offers, but it's definitely always a good idea. And that's going to be something that some people upgrade to, but not everybody upgrades to. So that core offer needs to sit right there in the middle. It needs to be the primary thing that you are ultimately selling. Now, this is the thing that we really want to break down first, because we can't have a solid front end offer, which is also critical. That's what brings people into your ecosystem. We also can't have a really logical back end offer until we know what we're working with in the middle. If you are somebody who's, okay, I think this model sounds really good. I have literally no idea what I would sell. I have no idea who I would sell it to or any of the details. These are some of the questions that I want you to think about first. So first and foremost, what is your strength or what do you have experience in? Now, for most people, there is some industry out there that they've had experience in, like they've had a job before. For example, I was a server and a bartender for years and years before I started my business. So I know the service industry very well. I have great experience in the service industry. I understand how these businesses work. I understand a lot of their challenges, and that puts me in a prime position to be able to create some solutions for their problems. I also worked in a publishing house when I was in college and after college. I worked with trade magazines, so I also understand the publishing industry. That is something I have experience in. Now, outside of that, what is a strength that I have? Me personally, I love paid advertising. I love copywriting. So if I'm putting together a SaaS for the very first time, I'm going to center this around paid advertising because that is what I know really well. So that's going to be something that will allow me to create a great solution for paid advertising. Now, everybody's background is a little bit different, but what's really interesting is I'll have a lot of my new mentorship students or mastermind members come on our initial onboarding calls. And one of the first things that I start to dig in is really like their background, their past experience, what led them to want to do this in the first place, how they came to the place that they are now. So I really want you to just take a look back on your past experience, anything you've gone through, whether it was as a consumer or as an employee, or maybe as a business owner, and say, is there an industry that I know well enough that I can speak the lingo, that I understand the problems, that I see potential for solutions that other people outside of that industry may not see? Or just really ask yourself, what do you excel in? Is it visual design? Is it copywriting? Is it the tech side and automations? Is it sales? What is it that you feel strong in? Ultimately, a lot of times we overlook our own strengths, but that might be a really good reason to start diving in and doing a lot more learning and education on some of these things to identify what you really excel in but ultimately pretty much anybody has a past. They have background experience. So start there. Now, once you've identified who this specific solution is going to be for, maybe that's the experience that you've just taken or what your strength is in, I'll consider this more of a solutions-based SaaS or a solutions-based niche versus an industry niche. So your niche, if you sell SaaS or really any of these things, they're very important because if you are too broad, it's really hard to get your message to cut through. There are so many different people out there that are selling marketing services, sales services, software services, digital products, like whatever it is, there's competition everywhere. If you try and go too broad, your message is going to get drowned out. You're not going to have great audience targeting. You're not going to have great copy or creative that really speaks to your audience. Your offer is not going to be able to be really tailored to what people need. But an industry is just one form of a niche. So I hear a lot of people say, I just want to serve small business owners. If that is the direction that you want to go, you need to ask yourself, if I'm going broad in my industry, how can I go niche? If you can be niche specific and solution specific, you are even in a better position. So most people believe that is going to limit their opportunities, but it's really the opposite. The more specific you are, the better opportunity you have to really scale that up because your offer, your messaging, your targeting, all of that is going to be on point. So once you understand who this is designed for, whether based on the problem that they have or the industry they're in, ask yourself what their biggest pain points are. People are happy to talk about things that bother them. They're happy to talk about their problems. Most of the time, they have nobody that wants to listen. So if you'll be that person, you can really get people to open up a lot. And then what do they need or desire the most? Every industry has got something a little bit different that is their primary goal. Now, what are they currently doing instead? Are they doing nothing at all? Are they using a different software? Are they doing things manually? Really get clear on what these processes look like for them right now. Then we want to think about how are we going to sell this to them? So again, is this going to be organic social media? Is it going to be in-person networking? Is this going to be through paid ads? Is it going to be through SEO or pay-per-click? What exactly do you plan on doing to sell to them? And when are they most likely to buy? So there are a lot of different scenarios that would lead people to being more likely to buy different types of things. One could be when they first start their business. Maybe that is the time they're most likely to buy. Another might be when a new owner takes over or when that business is acquired. Another might be when sales have been low for 3 months or when they have a kind of a new change that's in their industry. So really get clear on what those things look like. Now I'm going to just give you an example to show you how all of this could work if you were putting together a SaaS offer. People they overlook sometimes the very thing that was preparing them to do what they're going to do next. So she was interested in massage therapy. Now, who is this going to be designed for? It's going to be designed for massage therapists who actually are doing massage themselves or a massage therapy business owner with up to 10 masseuses. So this is not going to be for a huge massage therapy business. It's going to be either that solopreneur doing it themselves or someone who has a small group of masseuses that work with them. Now, what are their biggest pain points? One of them is going to be missing phone calls, getting emails or text messages from new or potential clients because they are actually doing massage. They're not able to answer very quickly. They also have some issues with having boundaries with clients. A lot of times they're giving out their personal number. So people are texting them and calling them when they're trying to spend time with their family or just enjoy time to themselves. They also tend to have a challenge with nurturing past customers to book their next session because this is also a recurring revenue business. But unlike certain types of recurring revenue businesses, most masseuses do not have recurring plans where you pay a flat rate automated every month and you get X number of massages. And then a lot of times they're just not getting bookings consistently. So they have big gaps of time in between their bookings. It's really dead time for them in a lot of ways, which costs them money because if they're renting out a location, they still pay the same amount regardless of how many hours are filled. And then they also have issues with specific rooms or equipment that could impact booking. So for example, a lot of masseuses have saunas. Some of them do cupping or hot stones or different things like that. And if those rooms or equipment are in use and somebody else wants them, they can't do it at the same time. Now, what do they desire or need the most? They need an easy way to generate new leads or have all new calls and messages fielded, even if they're busy doing a massage. They also want a number to give to clients that is not their personal number so that they can have some boundaries. They want to have a booking system that will work for one masseuse or 50 masseuses. So if they want to scale their business, they want something that will grow along with them. And they want a way to get more bookings for various services or get their existing clients to book more frequently, or maybe have them on automated plans for the very first time. Reviews are something that masseuses definitely need. In-person payment options are a great one. She had a Square card reader that plugs into your phone. She tried to swipe my card about 20 times and it would not work. Having a payment link would have been way quicker and easier. These are very simple things that in-person physical businesses need that a lot of times they don't know there's a better solution for. So really get clear on what are their challenges, what are their goals. Now, what are they currently doing instead? They're giving out their personal cell phone number. They're letting calls go to voicemail, or they have 15 texts to respond to when they're done for the day, when they're tired, when they don't want to do it anymore. Maybe they're using a booking system that can scale with them, or maybe they're not. They're using Calendly or Acuity, something that's set up more for them individually. Or maybe they're not using any booking system at all, which is something that I've seen a lot. And you wouldn't expect it from businesses that are based around scheduling, but that is the way it is for most business owners out there. And because of all these things, they do not have a consistent or predictable way to get more clients and more bookings. Now, how are you going to sell this to them? Were you going to show them that this is a custom designed solution for masseuses, that it covers all of those pain points, that it gives them all of those goals and solutions that they're looking for? And you're going to show them this through a demo visually. You're going to help them understand this is what it does. This is how it's better than what you're doing and how it's going to help you achieve their goals. When are they most likely to buy? So some of those things we already talked about: when a new owner takes over, when they start their business, when they start hiring for the first time, which is definitely a big one, when they're concerned about the future trajectory. So maybe they've had some down weeks, their bookings are low and they're getting concerned like, hey, this can't continue any longer. I need to do something different. Or maybe they're really busy and they have client boundary issues. Like they're really just running themselves ragged, trying to keep up with simple client communication and administrative support. And so any of these things could be the triggering event for them to actually start buying. So some of the core offer elements that we would put together for a business like this would be: it's designed and branded for massage therapy businesses. Businesses are absolutely more likely to buy from a business that they know has experience with their industry and is specifically designed for their industry. Even if what they do is exactly the same as 10 other industries, they want someone who is designed for them. So the masseuse service booking system is going to be set up with any services that they have inside of this account. It'll have sauna, hot stone equipment, cupping. It'll have a couples massage calendar. It'll have service calendars so that people can select one service. They can select multiple services all at one time. They can add on upsells, and everything is based on their actual availability. So they no longer have to go back and forth with anyone about scheduling. It's all done right there. No communication necessary. Clients can have inbound to answer the calls, and it can have outbound to follow up with leads who've come in. And also having voice AI agents for clients. So people who are already working with this business to do recurring bookings, to get reschedules handled, or to offer upgrades or gift cards. You also would want to have conversational AI for the same thing. So you've got one on the phone, you've got one through chat, through text, through DM. And then you'd want to have reactivation campaigns. You'd want to have ongoing nurtures to get those past clients or those inactive clients to book again or book more frequently. So all of these features make up the core offer. Now, could there be other things in here? Absolutely. But if we're really designing this based on what are their biggest problems, what are their biggest goals, these are the things that they really want the most. So that would be the software only, but it comes with everything that they already need inside. They didn't have to build it. Could be $297 a month. Now you could have the done for you setup where everything is customized for their specific brand. Everything is tailored to exactly the way that they do business. That might be a $2,000 one-time setup fee and then $297 a month. You also can have an annual price point. So you could give people anywhere from 20% off to 50% off in some cases to pay upfront for the year. And the longer they are on the software, the more likely they are to continue with it. So annual plan discounts are strongly recommended. And then you could also have a management offer on the back end. So for example, let's say they don't have a website or they need a new website. You could have websites that are also built through AI that are offered as part of this next level up. It could also have a chat widget on the website. It could also have live chat to get more leads to actually communicate and get booked. It could also have all the automations to drive new leads into the software and the CRM so they can be worked. It could have Google Business Profiles integrated. It could have review management. And they're very easy to set up. If you have a niche, you can do the same thing for every single person. You only have to build it once. And you're giving them a tremendous amount of value, things that they don't even have to do themselves. That's worth a lot to them. And they'd be absolutely willing to pay $1,000 a month for this. So this is what kind of a front end or a core offer, an upgraded offer, back end offer could look like for a business, and kind of walking through it from start to finish in terms of how we would identify what this could actually look like. So again, we've got our core. This is what we really want to sell. But to give people an easy way to take the next step, having something that is a foot in the door is always great. So you could give them a free voice AI bot for 30 days. The voice AI bot, if it's set up for massage therapists, it's very easy to set up once they're already on the platform. If they are getting people to call and having those calls handled, well, you really need that voice AI agent to be able to book appointments, because that's what you do. If you're a massage therapist, you get appointments booked. So the natural next thing that they need are the calendars and the booking system within the software. So it's great on its own. It'll answer questions. It'll answer every call and take messages. But that's not what you really want. What you really want is something that actually takes those calls, books them on your calendar, closes clients for you. So it's a great segue into the core offer. A 30-day free trial is an awesome way to get somebody to say that easy yes. And then that core offer, that's the main thing that we just detailed. And then that back-end offer might be management. So if you get on that demo call or that onboarding call with somebody, and you can say, do you currently have a website, or are you happy with your website? Do you have, I see you only have 10 reviews on your Google Business Profile. Would you like to get more reviews? So there's so many ways to very easily upsell people once you get that foot in the door. And so that's the goal with the front end offer. So should you niche? Yes, definitely would recommend it, whether that is in the solution itself or in the industry or both. Niching is going to make fulfillment easy because you're not building custom things every time. You build one thing and you can really improve it a lot more because you're not spreading yourself too thin. You can also learn a lot. If you have success doing this one thing for this client over here, you can incorporate that into your primary account. And now all of your clients get to benefit from that. Making sure that your targeting, your messaging, everything that you have is really tailored to that specific niche-based solution or niche-based industry is always great. And the truth is, you are not locked into anything. If you decide that this niche is not what you want to do long-term, cool, just change it. There's nobody saying that you can't shift as you go based on the data that you see. And you may actually identify the next best niche or solution. It is not a software that you're trying to sell or a set of features. If you present it that way, it's going to be hard. Okay. The solution is the outcome. One of my mastermind members, his SaaS is for chiropractors. Okay. His solution is that he helps chiropractors get more personal injury attorney referrals every single month. So personal injury attorneys are huge referral partners for chiropractors because they need people to assess their clients. And that helps strengthen the case for the personal injury attorney. They're also repeat clients that can send a huge volume of clients to these chiropractors. The problem is most chiropractors don't have enough time to cultivate these relationships with these personal injury attorneys, even though they're one of the most valuable market segments for them. Instead, they're focused on Sally and Bob and Joe and just these individual one-off clients that could be great long-term clients, but they're missing out on a ton of revenue because they're not focused on this specific audience. So all his SaaS does is automatically connect them with personal injury attorneys, nurture those relationships, get them booked to have a coffee or a Zoom meeting, and continue to follow up with them if they do not quickly become a referral partner. Very simple SaaS. That is the entire focus of what they're selling. He charges $500 per month for that one thing. Nothing else is included. Now he's working on, okay, what else can I offer as a higher tier? What else can I do to just keep people on this platform longer? Let's say they get a ton of personal injury attorney referrals and they're like, I don't really need any more. I've got all that I need. We don't want them canceling his SaaS. We want them to stay for some of the other features that they're getting great value on as well. You really just need to know your industry. He's not going to know that personal injury attorney referrals are so valuable to chiropractors. He's not going to know what type of approach or messaging is going to work. He's not going to know how to talk to chiropractors about this in the first place. So know your audience, whether it's from personal experience or interview a lot of people in the space or do your research. That is going to uncover some of the best opportunities. Start with that core offer first, then understand the best front end offer that will lead into that core offer. Understand that the better your back end offer, the faster you're going to make money, because it's so much easier to get somebody who's already bought from you to buy again or buy more than it is to get a brand new person to buy from you. So if you have other things for people to buy, you're going to be able to make a lot more money, and you're going to have fewer clients to manage and still make the same, which is huge.
So that's how you build a strong SaaS offer that attracts clients, keeps them paying month after month, and makes your business scalable. Even if you're a one-person operation right now, the best part, once your offer is dialed in, everything else, marketing, sales, and fulfillment, becomes 10 times easier. If you want my help putting this entire system together, from your SaaS setup to your automated offers, sales flows, and onboarding, or you want to start now, jump into my Online Profits AI program, where I walk you through building and automating your entire client acquisition system, from AI workflows to voice agents to high-level integration. You can also check out my local lead gen masterclass or the ultimate high-level masterclass for deep dive trainings on ad campaigns, automations, and SaaS setup. If this video helped you think differently about your SaaS offer, drop a comment below with the word elevated, so I know you're ready to scale smarter, not harder. And don't forget to subscribe, because next up, we're diving into how to launch and sell your AI services the right way.